If you can't go left, you can always try right. If you can't go right, you can always try forward. But no matter what you do, we'll always create a memory because you are special.
Hello, and welcome to RBV, the Milestone Whisperers, where we discuss milestones and the journeys to get to them. I'm your host, Dr. Rashida, and welcome to the final podcast episode of 2025. Wow, y'all, this has been such an eventful year. I started my first podcast. That's a milestone in itself. And it's been a little bit challenging, me getting more comfortable being on camera, me being more comfortable, coming up with topics for this solo podcast. Even though I have had guests and I do intend on having more guests in this upcoming year, but just getting more familiar with my audience and talking on camera. So thank you for sharing that huge milestone with me. This year, 2025, man, it's been a year. I know that it's been tough for so many people. My family, people that I work with, the families that I work with, even my social media buddies, it's been a tough year for a lot of people. So I just want to acknowledge all that everyone has gone through, but we are almost at the end of this year, and I am manifesting a smooth 2026. Just positivity and growth and, the lessons that we learned in 2025, take them into 2026 to have a positive and prosperous new year. So, as you all know, this podcast is about milestones, but more so the journeys to get to them. The milestone that I'm discussing today is one that I arrived at this year, and it's been, I would say, something that I've evolved into. So the milestone is acknowledging that movement is the best way to connect with my family. And what I mean by that is that, if you follow me on my physical therapy page, I talk a lot about family fitness and intergenerational movement because we are a family. My family is all different ages, all different ailments. Everybody have something going on. But the way that we connect is through movement. And I like to take my knowledge as a physical therapist to help my family move more. Because after all, movement is medicine, at least in my opinion. Movement is medicine. When you're moving and you're active, that helps your mental and your physical and your emotional and your spiritual and all of that. With that being said, this year has knocked some people down a lot. And my family personally, I'll talk about myself first of all, but as you all know, I've struggled with chronic iron deficiency anemia, so I've had some setbacks in terms of my movement, where I couldn't even tolerate a full Zumba class. And now that my iron deficiency anemia is more controlled, I wouldn't say that's completely controlled because I recently started craving ice again, which is crazy because I hadn't for months. So one of the things that I'm going to aim for in this upcoming year, is to get my numbers checked again because I kind of fell off on it. Because I was feeling good, so I didn't really follow up. But the craving of the ice tells me, from my experience with my anemia, that my iron, my hemoglobin, may be a little bit low again. Another thing that I did discuss before is my pause journey. So I've had those inconsistent cycles. So I think that may be why my iron deficiency anemia has returned. But I won't know until I actually get my numbers checked. So that's something that I'm aiming for this year. So yeah, the movement piece though. So that the iron deficiency anemia, in addition to my left knee osteoarthritis that I was diagnosed with this year, has really made me tap into why movement is so important for myself. And sometimes I've had to take a break. I've had to give myself grace because, man, the anemia is one thing, but when you are in pain, and I'm telling you, my knee hurts a lot. I saw orthopedics and they recommended PT, of course, and said if PT doesn't help, then maybe a shot. But man, my knee hurts sometimes. So that's where this intergenerational family fitness and movement and moving together has kind of taken a priority in my life, because we need support. I know I need support. I need encouragement. So other things in my family that have occurred this year, there have been like many milestones. There's been major surgeries in my family where recovery was really important. So working together as a family to help encourage pacing yourself when you're recovering from a major surgery, to celebrating those wins when this person needed help to just walk around, help to take a shower, help to go up and down the steps, to graduating from rehab. So that's amazing. But as a family, the different generations coming together, it was beautiful to see. In my family this year, we also had a milestone birthday. And I look at birthdays, all birthdays as being milestones really, because it's a blessing just to see another birthday. So milestone birthday, aging is something that we all do, is fortunate and a blessing to age. With age comes aches and pains and changes to how we move, changes to how we move, I should say, and just, the mental and the physical, how sometimes getting older mentally could have an effect on your physical, because it's like, man, I'm not moving as fast as I used to, or I'm not able to do certain things like I used to. And sometimes that mental could really impact your physical. So that family, intergenerational support that we have with each other is something that I'm proud of in my family, this milestone of intergenerational movement. And I'll use like the term intergenerational movement and family fitness kind of interchangeably, because that's what it is to me. Our family is multi-generational, so, and we're helping each other intergenerationally. So that's why I kind of flip with what I term it as, but ultimately is moving together, all of us. Another thing that we suffered in my family as a whole, and it impacted some, more closely than others, but we had a loss in our family recently. And when you have grief and when you have a loss in your family, movement is sometimes the farthest from what you want to do. Sometimes you just want to just be alone, not move. The grieving process is something that I've had experience with. I'm not an expert by any means because I am a PT, so I work with movement, but I've gone through grief and I've talked to therapists about grief. I've actually seen a therapist, and that was one of the things that we discussed about the grieving process and how, man, just going through the mental toll that losing a loved one has on you, it could deteriorate so many other parts of yourself, where you don't feel motivated to move around. You don't feel motivated to be active because it's so heavy on your heart and on your mind. So one thing that we do as a family is trying to be there for each other, to encourage each other, but giving grace as well. Because I'm not going to force someone to like, oh, go for a walk with me because it'll make you feel better, or let's stretch because it'll make you feel better. No, I am compassionate and I understand how sometimes that's not the best thing, because sometimes you just can't. You mentally and physically, you're not able to. So this milestone of intergenerational movement and family fitness and just reigniting these bonds in my family is something that I'm so proud of, and I'm so excited for continuing, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It's not a milestone that has been achieved 100%. It's a milestone that's ongoing. It's a journey. It's something that I'm dedicating myself to be the leader in my family, to encourage everyone to come together and just move and just feed your body with movement. And sometimes it's like we'll do like virtual sessions with each other because we really are like spaced out. We don't live close to each other, so virtual means is the best way for us to still connect. And sometimes there'll be a family member that's just there watching, but sometimes we're all doing some type of movement, which is good, because any type of movement is better than no movement at all. But sometimes having just someone giving those encouraging words, even if they aren't doing the actual exercises themselves, that helps a lot. So yeah, that's my end of the year episode. I guess it's kind of short because it's not one specific topic. It's more so a reflective type topic today, because it's been a year. It really has been a year. But I'm just so happy to encourage people, to be on this uptick of bettering my health and helping those people that I care about, and even the people in my audience, like my subscribers and the people that's tuning into this podcast. I'm hoping this helps other people, touches other people to want to move and give their bodies the gift of movement. One thing I created for this holiday season is these ticket sheets. Here's I have a picture of it. Shameless plug, I guess, but it's a ticket sheet where you kind of like a coupon book, but it's ticket sheets, and they're little cutout tickets, and it's different activities that you could do with your family to encourage movement together. So I have a link tree where I have this one is universal, so it's for just any family member. Then I have some for gentle movement for those family members that may not be as mobile and can't get on the floor or can't get out and take a walk, but maybe you could do some chair stretches or things of that nature. I have a couple where I have another ticket sheet that's designed for kids, for those kids that are really mobile and they love to do obstacle courses and things like that. Because I have a almost 10-year-old that's pretty active. So like her ticket sheet and her age group ticket sheet is more active type things. But let me tell you, she has redeemed some of these already. And Christmas is only a couple days ago. And I just love like how these ticket sheets are just easy to access because they're free on my Linktree. You could print them out. You could just, give it to a family member that you want to spend time with, but also do movement with. Then I have one for teens. So, I have 2 teenagers now, and they're athletes, football players for the most part, but just overall, just very active. But you know how teens these days, a lot of teens like to be on their games or they'll be on social media. So they have like a lot of downtime where they aren't moving. So like I have some items on their ticket sheets where is encouraging just moving together, having them take the lead. Like show me your favorite move that you do to warm up for a game. It's so many different valuable items on these ticket sheets, and I'm so excited for people to experience. So I hope that's helpful for people that go to my Linktree and find. Like I said, it's free. You can download it. You can print it out. And I look forward to hearing about people that's actually used it because I would love to expand on it and actually create like coupon books, expand on the different types of things we could do with our families to encourage movement. So that's exciting for me. And I'm going to be using them with my family as well. Like I said, my almost 10-year-old already redeemed a couple things. And my aging family members, I can't wait to have them redeem some with each other, with me, because I is the self-appointed leader of the movement phase or movement that I want to encourage in my family, but in other families, because it's so important to be active and to listen to your bodies. Sometimes, like I said, I have pain in my knee where I am not going to be running around doing crazy stuff to exasperate my knee pain. So there would be a moment where I do something lighter, where I'm still moving, but I'm not necessarily going to exasperate any issues with my knee. So movement, recognizing that movement is such a universal thing for us to spend time together, to bond, to have that extra benefit of moving and fueling our bodies with movement, but also building bonds with each other. It's so important to me. It's so valuable to me to pour in my expertise as a physical therapist, but also just as a human that has gone through some things where I could relate to people that don't want to move around or don't want to even be around people. But I'm hoping that these ticket sheets and just this cause is encouraging and beneficial to my family, to myself, and to others. So wishing you all a very healthy and prosperous and safe and positive and loving new year. I'm hoping to see you all more in this upcoming year, 2026, because it's so, I just want people to know that I hear you and I see you, that 2025 was rough. But 2026, we are claiming is going to be a better year for all of us. And it's going to start with bonding and moving and just loving each other. Yeah, so I hope this helped everyone. I hope it gives you like encouragement, and if you want to hear more or you want to see more about how I implement these movement family ticket sheets that I'm going to be using, look out for some examples on my Instagram and my TikTok, my RBV Physical Development. That's my PT page. Look out for more milestone episodes on this podcast, because we have some good milestones coming up. I'm hoping to have some more guests this upcoming year, and celebrating milestones, but more so celebrating the journeys to achieve those milestones. That's what's more important to me, is the journeys, because we all have a story to tell, and the milestone isn't the biggest accomplishment. It's more so like how you get there and those hurdles that you overcome. It's so important to acknowledge those and to talk about them, because some people may really be going through similar things, and it can encourage people to keep going, when they're feeling discouraged, when they're feeling like they're never going to meet that goal. The journeys to get there is what is most important in my eyes. So check me out on my social media, my Instagram and my TikTok, RBV Physical Development, my Instagram for the podcast, RBV, the Milestone Whisperers. I have Facebook, and my website too has a lot of useful information. And my link tree has a ton of free resources that's all about movement and moving around, and different tools that I use that people could use to get moving. For me, I just love to have the floor handy or a nice comfortable chair handy. But if you are really into equipment, there's recommendations for those as well. But the main thing is just your body, and just that willingness to move around is all you need, really. So thanks for watching. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2026. Bye.